What is our metabolism? When we hear that someone has a good metabolism, we usually think of someone young or fit. Most of us begin our lives with a good metabolism, but over time, many of us become overweight and tired. How and why does this happen? What changes are going on inside of our body? Simply put, the metabolism is a group of chemical transformations that take place within a cell. These transformations can be affected both positively and negatively by many factors. Digestion, including the absorption of nutrients and having a healthy gastrointestinal tract, play a large role in metabolic function. In order to understand this relationship, let's first discover what happens during digestion. When we eat, the brain sends messages to tissues in our mouth that release enzymes. As we swallow, cells in the esophagus receive messages from the brain to produce additional enzymes to help push food down. As the food makes its way down, the stomach receives a different set of messages from the brain, which helps to further break down the food we've eaten. Components of this broken down food then get sent to the small intestines. Once in the small intestines, the pancreas and gallbladder get involved in sending juices to the intestinal tract, all the while continuing to reduce the size of the microscopic nutrients that have been consumed. This is how the small intestines are able to absorb these nutrients and send them to the bloodstream and liver. Throughout the entire process, the brain is actively involved. There are many moving pieces that keep enzyme activity balanced, including signals that produce hormones. These hormones travel through the bloodstream and send more messages and signals throughout the body. The health of these hormones has a direct effect on how well our metabolism works. Neurotransmitters also travel from the brain and nerves to tissues involved in digestion. Disruption of these neurotransmitters affects digestion and, in turn, our metabolism. The kidneys are also important to the metabolism as they remove toxins and waste. Lack of water can also be a huge problem for the metabolism and can lead to disease. When water is combined with natural essential trace minerals and pure unprocessed salt, nutrients can be processed correctly. Pure salt supports the production of chemicals that regulate proper metabolic function. Drinking 8 to 10 cups of water daily is important for good health. Those living active lifestyles should consume even more. Many people attempt to lose weight by skipping meals. Skipping meals, however, is not the answer. The body will first turn to its muscles and digest some of that tissue before turning to fat stores. Eating healthy, nutritious food and exercising are important for weight loss, but are only two pieces of the puzzle. Most weight issues actually begin with stress, which serves as the root of unhealthy habits which also increase weight. Although most of us already know that stress isn't good for the body, many of us don't recognize the full physiological impact stress has. Stress causes overactivity to occur within our brain, creating damage that affect hormone production and neurotransmitter balance. This alteration affects eating habits, enzyme production, and sleep patterns, which also cause slight hormonal changes. Dopamine levels also diminish, causing a loss of passion and motivation to do things that bring purpose and substance to our lives, including physical activity. In an effort to release dopamine, the body will crave food, but stress creates an urge for sugar, bread, and high-fat foods. The urge to eat late at night also occurs. These new habits of eating additional carbohydrates and sugars leads to excess fat. The reason for this is due to the liver's job of converting excess sugars into fat stores in an effort to avoid an increase in sugar levels in the blood. Stress also produces cortisol, which interrupts the hormones the body uses as tools to balance hunger and keep us feeling satisfied. These hormonal imbalances also create a change in pH levels, which affects floral bacteria that help in metabolizing food. Additionally, stress causes the body to produce crisis signals that cause the body to burn muscle and store fat. Along with these changes, our taste buds change to crave sugar and fat. These unhealthy foods don't contain the nutrients our bodies need, and as a result, we secrete a survival hormone known as RT3 that continues to hold on to fat stores. This excess fat is stored in cells known as adipose cells. At first, This fat is stored around the belly and important organs such as the liver, pancreas, intestines, and stomach. As excess fat stores increase, adipose cells begin to grow in size and eventually become inflamed. This inflammation puts the immune system on alert. The immune system, however, becomes tired and overworked as it constantly attacks the inflamed area. While there may not be any major manifestations or symptoms on the surface, the constant internal damage is real. Eventually, years of internal damage come to the surface through chronic illnesses such as diabetes, heart disease, and liver or kidney issues. Thankfully, our amazing bodies are able to heal through consistent positive changes. The first step is to manage stress. As a company, we understand the relationship between stress and weight issues. We've created protocols to help the body restore its metabolic function to remove excess fat. Just like stress can have a domino effect on our weight, controlling that stress, along with sleep, nutrition, and other healthy habits, work together in restoring the body's original abilities. Phytotherapy believes in providing the tools needed to help the body restore balance and achieve optimal health. Our solution decreases cortisol and stress levels and activates the body's natural ability to use fat stores as energy, providing a whole solution.